Fantastic.
Hello everybody, I am Nancy Nara. Welcome to our latest show, The Showstoppers. This show is a platform where you can get to meet your favorite celebrities up close and personal. And today I have with me someone who is a child prodigy. He learned to play drums at the age of 2, all by himself. And by the age of 8, he self-taught himself how to play the piano. Without further ado, let's call Lydian Nadhaswaram. Welcome to the show, Lydian.
Hello. It's so nice to be here. Thank you.
So, wow, drums at the age of 2. Now, if I can get my 6-year-old to do his homework, I feel like I've accomplished some, major feat. And talk about learning to play the drums. How?
Well, I started to play drums when I was 2, and that was the start of my career. And then, my father and my sister instantly, they just saw that and they recognized that. And then the next day itself, my father bought me a small drum kit, a baby-sized drum kit. So that's where all it started, It all started.
So, your father has been a Tamil music director. And was it the whole family atmosphere that because you were exposed to so much music in the house that you felt that you naturally adapted to it?
Yes, of course. My father is a music composer and my sister is a wonderful musician too. And they teach me a lot, and always my house will be so musical, So wherever I turn, there will be some music going on. And even in my kitchen, when mom cooks something, there will be a song playing. And if I go to my sister's room, she'll be practicing. And even in my living room, it's filled with instruments. I have more like 15 instruments over here. So it all came from that. It's basically, yeah.
So, but it's one thing to hear it, and it's an entirely different thing to be able to play it without any formal training, without actually having learned the nuances of playing an instrument. Now, at 2, you could pick up a tune here or there, but to actually be able to play the drum, now that is not something that could, be a fluke. Tell me more about it.
Well, I think it just comes out of interest and passion what I have for music. And when I hear the sound in my ear, I instantly know, where they're playing and in which patch or in which drum they're playing or which note it is. So it just comes out of interest. That's all I can say.
Soon after you were bought a pair of drums, then what? What next?
Then my father and my sister taught me a lot of like exercise and beats and drums. And I started to practice that, and I started to perform in actual stages when I was 3 years old, along with my father and my sister. And my sister used to sing, and my father used to play the keyboard, and I used to accompany them, in drums. And then, and during 2010, when I was 4, we as a family went to Australia, and I performed drums in Sydney and Melbourne along with my family. So it all started like this in drums. And in 2013, I was been awarded as the youngest best drummer by Pogo channel. Okay.
So then, what about the switch to piano? Now that's a very different ballgame altogether.
Well, being a composer now, I previously I loved to compose, and for composing, at least I should know one melodic instruments, and piano is an instrument which has like all frequency what we can program or what we can play, and we can also play piano with 2 hands, and it has harmony, and we can play chords in that, and we can play a lot of Western classical pieces and jazz, and it will be very easy for composing. And so I picked up piano, and during early 2014, my father showed me a YouTube video of a Chinese boy. His name is Sang, I still remember now, of him playing piano. He was amazing, and I got inspired by that. And in early 2014, my father bought a piano for my sister. And I heard her playing the piano and my father playing the piano, so I got inspired by them, and so I started to play piano.
And you learned it all by yourself?
Yes, I learned it a little bit by myself, and my father and my sister taught me, some exercise, some fingering exercise, and how to play it. And then I joined AR Rahman's music conservatory here in Chennai. It's KM Music Conservatory, and there I learned for like a year under Dr. Surojit Chatterjee, the Russian piano method.
So you have even been a student of Augustine Paul, the very famous
Yes.
Madras Musical Association choir.
Yeah. Yes.
Now that
So
is very
I
esteemed.
finished. So I finished my grade 5 and grade 8 in Trinity College of London under Dr. Augustine Paul Master here in Chennai in piano. And I was the youngest person to finish grade 8 piano with distinction, the highest score in India.
Wow.
So all the credits goes to my master. I would like to say that.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. And yet you've never been to a formal school. You've been homeschooled.
Yes. Well, I have been to school till my second grade. My dad sent me to school, just to get the atmosphere, what it is like to going to school. And then I stopped after my second grade, and I've been homeschooled now. So I get to, put my full time on music and explore a lot in music. But still, I study whenever I find time.
Did you ever feel something amiss, Lydian? Because, if you were playing instruments at such a young age, you never really got to play around with toys or, do the regular kid stuff. Did you ever feel you missed out onto that part of your childhood and you jumped the gun too quick?
It's not, but it's not like I completely missed my childhood. There have been some beautiful and wonderful memories of me playing with cars, and still now I have like more than 150 toy cars in my room upstairs. But now I don't find time to play with it, so I just decorate it and keep it aside. But whenever I find time, I play with my sister, and she's a very big support and friend for me.
That's wonderful. So, we see children your age, Lydian, they're still yet to find calling in life. Forget 15-year-olds, we see 25-year-olds struggling to find their true meaning in life. Do you think that music has given you that connect, that soul connect, and you've already found that true calling in life, and this is what your dream was all about?
Absolutely. Yeah, this is 100% correct. And I think it's music for me, from now and forever.
So wonderful, and it's so heartwarming to see someone so young say it with so much gusto and confidence. So now you won a fancy $1 million in the World's Best contest. Tell us, what was that about?
Well, winning World's Best competition was like a dream come true moment to me. Competing with 190 or 185 countries, and I was the only one who represented India, and I felt so responsible that I shouldn't make anyone feel disappointed here. And I also felt so sorry for my opponents, who got eliminated. And it was a wonderful experience, and it was a life-changing moment for me winning the World's Best.
And you played 280 beats in a minute.
It is 320.
320.
Yeah.
And that's a world record. I mean, this is something that must have completely stunned the judges. This is not something that's heard of.
So in the World's Best, there was this first round called the audition round. So I wanted to do something special, which I had never done before in any other stages. So there's this Western classical piano piece called The Flight of the Bumblebee. So that's meant to play faster. And when we hear that piece, it's like a bee is chasing us. So it's full of like chromatic notes, and I thought of playing that so fast that no one have played it, and more than like 250 beats per minute or 260.
Oh.
So my dad told me to play in like above 300 beats per minute, like 320. So in particular pianos, we can't play that speed because the key, the action, the return, it won't come, So what we did is we asked the World's Best team for a particular keyboard. It was a keyboard called Korg Kronos. So we asked that keyboard, and the world's best team provided that keyboard immediately. So I'm so grateful for them for that. And I played 320 beats per minute in that keyboard. But when practicing, I also played 340 beats per minute in practice session. So that's the top speed limit. Yeah.
Now you've already made your way to films, and you've in 2019 you were the music composer for a Malayali film, right?
Yes. So so it will release in probably next year, and the movie name is Barroz, and it's a 3D film, and it's been directed by the veteran actor Mr. Mohanlal.
Wow.
And the films cast a lot of Hollywood actors and a lot of Spanish actors, and it's going to be a historic subject, and it's going to be a fantasy movie. I'm really looking forward to it.
So you've talked about how Mr. AR Rahman has always guided you, mentored you. Now, being mentored under the world's best, how much impact do you think he has played in your career?
Well, he has been a very big support, for my career, and he's been promoting me a lot. And even after I won the world's best competition in 2019, after I returned to India, he did like a felicitation ceremony here at his music conservatory, and that was so nice of him. And he called the whole press, and he felicitated me in front of a big audience, and also he interviewed me, and that was so nice. And he has gifted me a lot of musical instruments, and we have also been to a virtual reality movie theater to have some good time together in Los Angeles. And he has taken me to a piano showroom. It's the world's best piano showroom called Steinway and Sons. So he took me there in Los Angeles, and he introduced me and my dad to all the staffs there. Wow. And that's so nice of him.
That must have been a proud moment for you, Lydian.
Of course. And I would like to say this thing. He also presented my first ever Bollywood movie as an actor, Atkan Chatkan. So he presented that movie. So that's also so nice of him.
You've been trained by the best, Lydian. From being interviewed by Mr. AR Rahman to being featured on the Ellen DeGeneres show, where only the Hollywood A-listers make it. Was that a dream come true or not?
Of course, it was a dream come true. And meeting Ellen, she was so nice and so kind to me. And also, she gifted me a blazer with the moon on the back. So that was so nice. And she knew what my dream was. My dream is to go to the moon and play the Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. So she gifted me a blazer with the moon on the back, so I could wear that when I go to the moon.
Really? Is that your dream?
Of course, that is my dream.
I wish you all the luck. You're going to make it to the stars and the moon. So,
thank you so much. Thank you.
Now you're learning about the technical side of music. How different is that, and how important is that in a musician's career?
Because it's really very important, to learn about the technical side, the technical aspects of in music. Now I'm learning a lot of technology, which we can, join the music together. And I'm learning a lot of music softwares and a lot about sound engineering, as because nowadays, if you need to make a song, these are the only way where we can make. Even though we write score, we need to record it in such software. So I'm also learning about that.
So, Lydian, you've accomplished so much at such a young age. I can only wonder what life has in store for you. Where do you see this career path going? What is it? What is the ultimate dream besides playing on the moon?
Well, it's like I want to become a composer, and I don't have such visions like where I see myself in another 10 or 20 years. It's just that I want to be in music forever, and I just want to be good in music. Be good, do good. So I just want to continue this path, and it's destiny's thing. So the destiny will take care of it.
So now you were invited to the Jazz Foundation of the America's annual gala. Now that is a very coveted event. What was that all about?
Yeah, being in the Jazz Foundation and performing there was one of the best moments of my life, I can say, because I met some incredible musicians like Tony Bennett and a few other singers and you know saxophone players and pianists, and it was amazing. And and there is this person I should mention. His name is Michael Novogratz. He's from New York, and he gifted me a piano called the Steinway and Sons, which is the Rolls Royce of pianos.
Wow.
And 2017, I went to New York and performed there in his house in a get together, family get together. So I performed there, and he just saw my performance just once, and he lifted me and kept in his shoulders and said to everyone that I will give this guy a Steinway piano. And 2017 on my birthday, September 6th, a Steinway piano arrived at my home in a big truck, and that was a dream come true moment for me. And he was the one who invited me for Jazz Foundation too, and he flew me all the way in business class. I also should mention this, and he's one of the greatest gifts I got in my life.
That is so overwhelming, isn't it? When people from different countries, people you've never met, sort of it's like the entire universe conspiring you to give what you need or you want through various ways. And you've been so lucky. You've met the greatest talent across the globe.
Of course, yeah.
So Lydian, despite all the experience and the accomplishments, you're still a 15-year-old boy. Now you go and perform on global platforms. Does that become overwhelming? Do you ever feel the pressure that you're representing the country? Or, do you ever feel, on a back foot because of your age? Because there must be people twice or thrice your age with all that vast experience in that field. How does that make you feel?
It doesn't pressurize me, because if I see someone elder than me who are so good in music or who are so good in something, I just look up to them, and I don't feel pressured at all, because I feel so responsible that I should make my country and the whole world happy by my music. So yeah, that's
Lydian, how do you would like to sum up your parents' contribution? Because in such a young age, parents play a very integral role in shaping their child's dreams and passions. So how much your parents do you give them the credit for where you are today?
Almost all the credits goes to them, except for the playing and for the practice. All the credits goes to them. They take care of everything. And my dad, he works so hard, and he's been a biggest support of my life, and he teaches me a lot. He motivates me a lot, and he advises me a lot about a lot of good things and about life. And my mom, she is also a very big support of my life. She cooks delicious foods to keep me healthy, and she takes me and my sister to all the classes, and they really are like big pillars of my life.
Absolutely. So Lydian, you are such a wonderful blend of talent and humility, so down to earth, much so like your mentor Mr. Rahman. There's so much of him in you while I speak to you. So before we wrap up the show, it would not be complete until we hear you.
Okay, so this is a melodica.
Okay.
And this is 37 key melodica, so I'll play some tune on this.
Am I supposed to count the beats?
So I'll play Michael Jackson's Heal the World, so it'll be more apt for the situation.
Absolutely. We all need a little healing. Thank you, Lydian, for being a part of the show and inspiring and encouraging all the people who have been listening to you. And I urge all parents to encourage their children to follow their dreams and passions. We wish you all the best for all your future endeavors, Lydian. God bless and good luck.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Lydian Nadhaswaram. I'm a 15-year-old musician from India, and I had an interview in Professional Times, and it was great talking to Miss Nancy and Mr. Kshitish Verma sir. Thank you.